One of the benefits of running a monopoly is that you really don't need to advertise. But welcome to Canada, a realm in which state-sanctioned monopolies just love to spend money on advertising campaigns for, well, no good reason whatsoever. You know, you can't go anywhere in Toronto these days without happening upon billboards and public transit ads stating, "Sustainability is also profitable." The ads are from Toronto Hydro. Since I found them to be a tad cryptic, I phoned and emailed Toronto Hydro's media relations line only to receive an out-of-office reply that dates back to sometime last month. Don't you love the inherent efficiencies of a bureaucracy, folks? But here's what I wanted to ask. What is the point of this sustainability ad campaign, and how much did it cost? You know, judging by the sheer amount of billboards, it wouldn't surprise me if this campaign is in the high six figures. Not getting a reply, I called the main switchboard, where I was serenaded by vapid elevator music for some 15 minutes before a human being actually answered my call. Par for the course, she had no idea what it was I was talking about and wasn't aware of her own company's ad campaign. However, she eventually determined the ads were about getting rebates from Toronto Hydro for installing energy-efficient air conditioners and furnaces. Now, why the ad doesn't state this outright is anyone's guess, I suppose. Maybe that would be too on point for Toronto Hydro. And hey, why strive for clarity when the feel-good abstract terms like sustainability will do? But here's the folly of a utility monopoly paying for an ad campaign in the first place. For starters, promoting conservation is a double-edged sword for the electric company. Since customers pay based on consumption as opposed to a flat fee, the less we use means the less revenue the utility earns. And when revenues plunge, guess what happens then, folks? In order to maintain profitability targets, the utility must jack up its rates. So regardless of how much power you conserve, you'll still end up paying about the same or even more because hydro rates will become all the more expensive thanks to the conservation efforts of the customer base. This is what's called a catch-22, combined with the old adage of no good deed shall go unpunished. And for Torontonians, it's made all the worse by the fact that they are already paying shockingly high rates. Indeed, last summer, the Fraser Institute released a report examining electricity prices in Ontario. Check this out. Toronto Hydro customers pay the highest rates in the country with an average bill of $201 per month. By way of comparison, customers in Montreal only pay $83 per month. Incidentally, that's another thing Toronto Hydro seems to be oblivious to. This utility need not incentivize customers to conserve power in the first place. That's because the egregious power rates charged by Toronto Hydro is incentive enough. Doesn't Toronto Hydro know consumers are already doing everything in their power to conserve electricity so as to catch a little break on their monthly bills? Does Toronto Hydro think we're too stupid to realize that the less power we consume, the less money we need to ante up? Well, apparently that appears to be the case. And so it is the likes of Toronto Hydro run flashy, albeit cryptic ad campaigns that specialize in what? Virtue signaling? And Toronto Hydro isn't the only guilty monopoly when it comes to acting stupidly, of course. All across Canada, liquor boards and lottery corporations justify their monopolies with the term social responsibility, meaning only government, not the private sector, is responsible enough to limit consumption rates. Yet these same entities spend millions of dollars pushing sinful products such as liquor and lottery tickets. This does not make sense for two reasons. One, because the liquor boards and the lottery corporations are state-sanctioned monopolies, meaning that they're the only game in town. And secondly, pushing people to drink more and to gamble more is socially irresponsible when you think about it. Therefore, splurging on such marketing campaigns actually invalidates their very existence. Oops. In any event, how about this as a concept, Toronto Hydro? Next time you feel the need to run a useless, albeit pricey ad campaign, why not simply offer rebates to your customers instead? It's bad enough that Toronto Hydro is a monopoly. It really shouldn't be doing everything in its power to become an abusive monopoly as well. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, you may have heard the Rebel has a brand new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.